What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here. Welcome to Afternoon's Delight. So, let's do this video because I'm gonna probably do this video again because I'm not gonna leave all of my thoughts in one video, but I definitely needed to talk about this as soon as possible. So, we need to talk about Quinn a little bit. I was talking to Real Talk, who's the person who I always talk to about Quinn and other things going on in the show. But what was interesting was I actually read reasons why Rena was leaving the show. And let me see if I can bring up her actual quotes and why she's leaving the show. So hold on, guys. Let me see if I can kind of bring this up. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to read off the actual quotes and why she left. And it was mainly because Rena left because she felt like she deserved more. She was supposedly going to be put on like recurring status or whatever, and she felt like Quinn's character deserved more than that. And I actually really agree with that, but I'm going to read her 3 quotes, and we're going to start out with this first one where she says, "You want to shine and you want to be the best that character can be, and sometimes that's the heartbreak that I've always experienced with daytime, is you want that character to be something more than kind of what people who run it see that character as. So I didn't really want to spend any more years waiting for me to get into my son Wyatt, played by Darin Brooks, love life or accuse Brooke of being a terrible persona again." Then Sofer said when her contract expired in May, and she really didn't hear from anybody until the last week of shooting before B&B went on hiatus in July, she added, "And then on the week before my last shooting week is when they reached out to me and said, hey, we really don't know what's going on with Quinn, but can you stay on a recurring basis until we figure it out?" And I just felt like if my decision wasn't set at that point, that it kind of made it clear that they just didn't know what to do with Quinn, and I felt like I deserved more than just sitting around until they figured it out. Especially at the end of the whole quarter story, there was still so much to do, and I still wasn't divorced from Eric, and Donna was still in the mix of that, so I just felt like it was time to go. So I told him I'm leaving, and showrunner Bradley Bell called me, and he really wanted me to stay, and I really appreciated that he wanted me to stay. On her final filming day, Sofer celebrated behind the scenes, so she got the chance to thank her co-stars and the crew, noting, "And my great goal at the end of the conversation is Lauren St. Victor is going to get a dressing room because dressing rooms are by seniority. He's been there longer than I have, and he still doesn't have his own dressing room, which I think is wrong." And so that's kind of what I made on my last speech about. And I love that from Rena to do that for Lauren St. Victor, to give her dressing room up for Lauren St. Victor, played by Carter. Carter, played by Lauren St. Victor, and he deserves that room because he's been on the show for a while, like a decade now, more than a decade now. So he definitely deserved. I was surprised to hear about that. I thought he would have had one, but after hearing all this, you could definitely understand why Rena left. Like, it just doesn't make any sense for her to sit around when she could be doing other stuff. I know she has her pottery business. I don't think she's completely stepped away from acting. There's been some rumors that she might join General Hospital. I hope she just does stuff like TV movies, sort of do what like Christian Alfonso was doing when she left Days of Our Lives. She started going into like some of those Hallmark mystery movies and stuff like that. I think she's just such a talented actress that she could do whatever. She's in her 50s. I think she needs to take this time while she's in her 50s to get roles that she probably won't be able to get in another 20 years, you know what I'm saying, because she'll be too old. And so I think she should do some stuff, maybe going into some streaming shows, go into some primetime projects. I remember when she was on that NBC comedy Coupling that didn't take off because I think they aired that inside the last season of Friends that year. But I remember when that aired on NBC though. But I think maybe she should go back and do something like that or whatever she's comfortable with. I think she should take this time to get into some other things while she's only in her 50s. So You know, she's got a lot that she can do. So she doesn't, I don't think she has to be stuck in daytime for any reasons. That's why I'm hoping that she doesn't go to General Hospital, because I think what's going to end up happening is she'll go to General Hospital, then she's just going to end up back on Bold and Beautiful, which we all do want her to be on. But I do want her to be in other things where she can really get the chance to experience stuff that's outside of daytime, since she was stuck doing that for like the last 9 years. And she's been in daytime since she was young. Like, she was on, what was that, Loving, right? Back in the 80s. One of them, I think it was Loving, though. But I remember, like, watching some clips of her from way back then. And she was originally on GA, so I'm guessing that's why she's thinking about going back over there. But we'll see what happens with that. But obviously, I'm a Carter fan, and I hate seeing this happen. They had the best couple on the show, and what made them work was the chemistry, and this is so important. Carter had a really good connection with Katie as well, but now that Katie, the actress that plays Katie, is behind the scenes, you know, they obviously have their time, they can't really do it, you know, so it's like kind of hard to, you know, make accommodations like that. So, right now with Carter, I don't want to see them like start to test him out into different relationships, and then it's like he don't have a fire here and there. And one thing that me and Real Talk was talking about that made Carter so special was that it was a rare interracial relationship between a younger man and an older woman. I love that element because people, we haven't really seen that yet. Like, we've seen some younger interracial couples. Obviously, they got on GH, they got what is it, Molly and TJ, and then on the Young and the Restless, they have Nate and what's her name, Nick and Sharon's daughter, Faye, and but not a whole lot though. Like on daytime in general, they did have Theo with Sierra and Claire as well when Theo was on there, but you don't see much, especially on the older side, like interracial couples in their 30s, 40s, and 50s and stuff like that. And I just think it's unrealistic in how the dating pool has changed so much in the past 10 to 20 years. They should have more of it on these shows. They need. I was talking about yesterday. Why not have a gay couple on B&B, like a lesbian couple, a male gay couple? Like, why don't we have more of this? Like, why do we still have so many same race couples on these shows? Like, it's not needed. Like, like, start experimenting and getting more aggressive with this. Like, because we saw it. Like, people saw the sting from Carter, and people absolutely loved Carter. Like, Carter, to me, I think a lot of people see more genuine stuff between them because, like I was saying with the Sin fans, with Steffi and Finn, that was more of people loving Steffi than it is people really caring about Finn, because no, they really don't care about Finn. I've been saying this for a long time. The Sin fans don't really care about Finn. What they care about is that Stephanie's not with Liam, and I exposed this like, what was it, almost 2 months ago. I exposed this in my rant on Finn. If you guys want to go back to my July videos and check that out, you have to go through a lot because I post a lot of different videos on the channel, so good luck looking through all of that. Sometime next year, I'm going to get like a soap. I'm going to have my soaps on like one channel away from everything else. I'm still going to use this channel to put soap content, but like I'm gonna make like a soap channel next year. That's one of my goals. But to start splitting this stuff up a little bit more. But yeah, man, I think that I would like to see Carter, because he has so much fire with the white woman on the show. I want to see him kind of stick in that. And so what people have been talking about, and this is what the main reason why I make this video. We're going to talk more about it later. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to get my initial thoughts right now on it. I'm kind of at peace if they do decide to recast Quinn Fuller. And the reason why I said this is because the one thing that I don't want to see them do is start scrambling looking for mates for Carter. I feel like their energy should go on Zende, who needs a new mate. He needs a new mate right now. I feel like Zende deserves to get somebody just like Carter got. It took Carter a long time to get a mate, so I know that it's probably going to take a long time for them to find the right person for Zende, but I love the actor that plays Zende so much that I don't want them to waste the time that he's on that show before, because he might leave in the next year or two, who knows? And then you just wasted a very talented actor who never really been involved in a great romance on the show. So I want them to do that with Zende. Me and Real Talk was talking about Amber maybe coming back for Carter. But really nobody really does it for Carter like Quinn. So I've been wondering if they should recast. And I got somebody in mind already, and it's somebody in the daytime scene. I don't know what this lady is doing right now, but because she's had experience with this already, because this is perfect. I don't know how much of you guys are familiar with Wyatt when it comes to Michelle Stafford as Phyllis, but remember when Michelle Stafford left as Phyllis, we had Gina Tognoni, who originally came from One Life to Live and Guiding Light before that, back in the 2000s. Gina Tognoni, who was also a, what was she? Wasn't she like I think she was Miss Teen USA back in the early 90s or something like that. I think it was either Miss Teen USA or Miss something like that. But that's when she started though. But like Gina, when she played Phyllis, she was probably one of the best fill-in soap actresses that I've ever seen in my life. Probably the best, because nobody filled that void quite like she did. When she filled that void, bro, people were so pissed that she was even leaving the role. And that's what made it work. And a lot of people weren't even happy when Michelle Stafford, that was her character anyways, when she left, because Gina did Phyllis's character so much justice that people didn't want to see her leave. That was crazy. And it got me thinking about Gina again. I'm like, if Gina's available, B&B, hire her for Quinn. Because the one thing about it is, Rena may come back one day. And I don't want that. I'm glad they didn't kill that. I'm glad they didn't kill Quinn off. That's the main thing. They did not kill Quinn off. But I think Gina can play that character. Now, obviously, it sucks for Gina because if Rena comes back, it's going to be the same situation where she's going to be let go, because Rena deserves to have her character. When she's ready to come back to B&B, she deserves to be able to take her character back and play it. But there's no guarantees that Rena will come back. So if that's the case, why lose that element that we have with Carter? Now, chemistry is everything. And I believe Gina's one of the best, to me, in making it look so convincing. She's a people person as well. I've seen her on a lot of interviews, especially during the pandemic, when a lot of these soap actors were making the rounds, doing the Zoom interviews or whatever. I saw Gina on a lot of different interviews, and she loves to talk. That's number one. She loves to talk. And number two, I think she's enough of a people person to make the chemistry work with Lawrence St. Victor. If Lawrence St. Victor made it work with Kaye, I have no doubts about it that he's going to find that fire with Gina as well, and they will be sexy. And she's about the same age as Quinn. I think she's a little bit younger than Rena, or possibly the same age, but they're like, I think she's probably like in her late 40s or early 50s. So right is in that right spot. But Gina Tognoni should play Quinn, bro. That will be perfect. And Gina knows how to play a crazy character. So if they ever wanted to like have Quinn tap back into that crazy stuff, they should do that. Now, whenever she comes in, if they ever do that and recast Quinn, they should really think about what plan they have when they bring her back, because this is one of the issues with the Quinn character that they have right now. They probably feel like all she has is just basically the stuff with Carter, but there's a lot that they can do. Me and Real Talk discussed like a lot of stuff that they can do. First of all, I want Carter to have a kid. I want Carter to have his own kid, and I want Quinn to provide that kid for Carter. They can do a surrogacy story that they've never done before on the show. They can do that. That's a storyline right there. They can still do some meat on this divorce thing with the whole Eric and Quinn thing. Bring Paris back into it. I thought it would have been a great thing if Paris like faked a pregnancy, or maybe Zoe comes back and she fakes a pregnancy or something like that, or she actually had a baby and that puts like a little division between Carter. But there's so much that they can do now that they're together. Like there should be no reason why you can't figure this out. But now that she is gone, they should be prepping this character before they cast anybody in the role. So I'm hoping that Gina, if she's available, is high on their list of actors to replace Quinn. Only if Gina wants to do it though, because I don't know if Gina wants to go back in the daytime after what happened with Y&R. But I hope that she will be considered. I hope that she will be considered. But get this video like y'all. Hit that like button for me. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel, especially if you're new in the zoo. Any comments I got, definitely put them below. And if you want to donate to the channel, hit the super thanks button below. I can't wait to hear from you guys. This is a video that I'm definitely putting out there for the next couple of months for y'all to take a look at, and then come in here. We can discuss things. I don't mind. I love talking to you guys in here. We can discuss this and just talk, in the comment section about it. What do y'all think? Have deep conversations about it, because I love Quinn so much. I've loved Quinn from the day one she been in on B&B. I love Carter, and I love their relationship. So I hope that they just maybe going ahead and recast her and do that plan, because they need to keep it. I don't want to see Carter like jump from woman to woman and it doesn't work out. Because the only woman that I would have liked to see him maybe get with was Shauna. That's the only one with Shauna. That was the only one that I really wanted to maybe see them tap into. But I don't know if Denise Richards is ever coming back to play Shauna, because her and Flo have not been on the show in like a year or two. I know Flo hasn't been on in like 2 years, so I don't know what's going on with that. But I can't wait to hear from y'all. Thank you for watching. After News, the light.